Hello, my students and parents. Let me go back on my next video. This is a further lessons after previous lessons on Tuesday. Now, last lessons we talked about the story of a ghost story or a haunting story. So let me show again on page 23 a story A, B, C, D, and E pictures. This is a story about the castles and a special happening to the girls in this story. So by A, B, C, D pictures, we are going to form a story. So this is actually without any vocabulary and all of depend on our imagination. So this is the second time that we are trying again to form a story. Thank you for all of you. And I can say in the last 2 days I received at least half of you has already responded to telling a story. Thank you very much. And I can see your difficulty from time to time. This is a clip of my effort to give you more advice. You can go back further on this clip and you can correct yourself on this one. Now I can see first of all you're very much difficulty on how to form a sentence, like from the very beginning skill of speaking. Now you're going to have a look at this picture, and then what you can see, you can form a sentence, you make a sound. Of course, somebody has still having lots of problems on making sound, making correct sound. This is further involving the pronunciations, where you can say like Nicholas, like Kizaru, and so on. So how to make a correct sound? This is a very beginning step forward to have a sentences. Now, in this picture, in A picture, this is all about the castle and haunting scene surrounding. You can see a tree, a black tree here. Now, if you don't know how, you don't have vocabulary, you don't have grammar to do, this is a big problem. So anyway, if you have a very few vocabularies, you have a very few grammars, you can further form sentences. So for this one, we can make a sentence like, she looked out of the window and see a haunting tree. This is an easy example. Now, you can have like branches bleeding, for example, dropping blood. Now, you can have, she looked out of the window and saw a black tree with bleeding branches. This is another example, okay? So, a haunting trees or a tree's bleeding blood. This is another way. So, bleeding is a better way to describe the haunting scenes surrounding the castle. So, the more vocabulary, the more grammar you know, the better imagination you can make, the better picture you can make in front of the listener. Okay, so spend a lot of more time to have a look at this picture and trying to form sentences as soon as much and in many ways as possible. Okay. The next thing is once you have very good at forming sentences, you're going to have lots of imaginations surrounding. Now let me show you the picture D. Now you can see a girl here is walking on the pathway, a staircase in castle, and it is some doors and a window surrounding, and she's taking a torch, a flash together because this is very dark inside. There is no lights inside. For this one, don't forget to have lots of things you can add on. For example, you have learned about the door squeaking, the door opening, and it makes sound. And we can think of the vocabulary like a spiral staircase. Spiral is like this one. Staircase. Now we have another vocabulary of forming sentence like how to a pathway or a corridors. Okay. Now, as soon as we have such a vocabularies and grammar, we can put thing and you can tell another story. Like now, Lisa. These are the names of the girls. She's very scared, but she decided to discover the sound that she heard when she was listening to music. She just holding a torch and she's trying to walk alone on the pathway, a spiral staircase in the castle. In a castle, there are many doors that put in between all the rooms and corridors. So she's wanted to know. She was very curious to see what is behind the doors. She kept on going up the spiral staircase, and suddenly she see, oh, a big shadow surrounding. Oh, luckily, she sees some bats flew in the castle. So this is not a ghost, right? And she just walks in very close to the door, and she's trying to push the door to open it up, but the door didn't move. It's a very old door, and suddenly she pushed harder. The door moved, and the door was squeaking. She just see another corridor leading to another big rooms in the castle. So this is a few more information, like you can have some shadow surrounding it as she's walking on the pathway of the castle, and you're remembering about the sound of the door opening because it's very old, and we remember the word like squeaking. So I can tell us two things around is about how to form sentences, how to make the correct sound. You need to spend more time to do it, and it puts a lot more informations around, more imaginations surrounding. And then lastly, you need to have a beginning and to the ending of the story. Now the opening is something like your names, the name of the story, and the ending is something like it puts this is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. It means you gave your consent to the listener. Okay, so for A you can have lots of informations. For B, C, D. Now let's make a lot of information surrounding and use all the word that we have in these lessons. Thank you very much. Respond to me as soon as possible, as much as possible. I hope you can enjoy it. Goodbye.